This is my critical reflection for my A2 media coursework. Question 1. How do your products use or challenge conventions, and how do they represent social groups or issues? For my main and preliminary tasks, I wanted to both use and challenge conventions in a confident and empowering way in order to inspire and evoke self-confidence within my artist's target audience, which is predominantly a female demographic, with ages ranging from 17 to 25. Challenging conventions, I feel like I go against Laura Mulvey's theory of the male gaze. However, I feel like I use conventions in terms of the femininity portrayed in my production. And in terms of social issues, I feel like I convey the importance of female empowerment and independence. Challenging Mulvey. The way I wanted to challenge conventions was to go against Laura Mulvey's theory of the male gaze. One aspect of this theory that was important to me in terms of how I filmed my music video and took images from my website and digipack was the argument Mulvey posed, expressing that film form is structured by society's patriarchal tendencies. Effectively, this means that women are conveyed on screen as being an object of male pleasure and visual desire. On screen, women are introduced to the audience one bit at a time, in the sense that they are not filmed with their entire body in the frame to start with, which Mulvey argues is because female energy and/or characters are intimidating to male audiences. Supposedly, this links to Freud's castration anxiety. This is the fear of being emasculated in a metaphorical sense, and so this fear is reiterated in how directors perceive women on screen, whether it is in music videos or in film. They convey her to be inferior to men, showing certain aspects of her body at a time, possibly starting at her feet. In my music video and all the pictures I have taken, I show her face immediately and/or her whole body, as the narrative is supposed to conjure up feelings of self-confidence within women. This would not come across if I had allowed my footage to succumb to the male gaze. In terms of using feminine conventions, through the imagery and symbolism of clothes in the music video, I am using a typical feminine convention for my feminine artist. I include shots of her wearing different styles of tops that are different patterns in order to represent how she is gaining more and more confidence within herself, and thus juxtaposing her white dress that she is wearing in the beginning and in the shots throughout the music video to highlight personal growth and progression. I also shot her applying makeup before she is about to go out. All these aspects of my music video do convey a certain stereotype of a typical girly girl, who will alter her physical appearance to make herself feel better. However, arguably, I have portrayed her as an internally strong and confident woman as well. For instance, when she is taking her makeup off and receives a text from her ex, she begins to type a message back to him but deletes it before sending. This suggests that she is beginning to move on from him and gains her power back. Regarding social issues, I have highlighted the importance of female empowerment. I base my music video on Dua Lipa's hit song New Rules, which is all about female independence and individual empowerment. The idea that women can make it on their own without having a relationship, or indeed if members of her audience are experiencing heartbreak, this song is effectively the perfect listen for those situations. The social issues associated with lack of self-confidence in women that leads to individual progression and positive self-image is what I believe in particular I am representing and hopefully achieving. I chose this song as I love the narrative ideas that came with it and the overarching message that is provided in the lyrics. I feel that self-confidence, particularly in young women, is at an all-time low, with the constant influence of media conveying imperfect body images or relationships. Effectively, I feel I have battled against the representation of these social issues by perceiving both sides to these situations. In the narrative, my artist goes from feeling weakened by her breakup to the realization that he wasn't worth her energy and that she is better on her own, To convey this throughout my music video, I used the motif of clothing to highlight her progression towards feeling empowered. At the beginning, my artist is wearing a summery white dress, symbolising purity and perhaps vulnerability, which fitted in with her state of mind at the time. Then, to highlight her obvious progression, a shot I filmed of her choosing her outfit in her wardrobe and the outdoor scenes where she is wearing a velour green shift dress shows that she is feeling more uplifted and fun. Question 2. How do the elements of your production work together to create a sense of branding? During the production of my digipack and website, I wanted to hone in on some of my production skills, such as using software processors, predominantly Photoshop, and website builders such as Weebly. For my front image for my digipack, there is a yellow hue to it, which I decided to carry throughout the digipack and even through the website. Not only does this create a synergetic relationship between both tasks, but also it establishes my artist Alexa as an identifiable brand. Much like Dua Lipa has done with her website and album cover, she has a purple to pink gradient that is relatable to her target audience and is easily identifiable as being part of her brand as a new artist. I have written here the connotations of yellow, and upon reflection I feel this mirrors my overarching message within my music video and ultimately what my artist represents. For my website, I felt it important to highlight the fact that my artist has a prominent social media presence, as this is effectively how her target audience will go for updates or for general enjoyment. Thus, having a social tab on a website is crucial as this provides easy accessibility into the artist's life.